What I want to do today is connect our Google Forms and Zoom apps so that whenever a form is filled out on our Google Forms, a new meeting registration will be created for the person who filled out the form. Zapier is a no-code tool that makes it easier for anyone to automate workflows across 5,000 plus apps. If you don't have an account, there's a link in the description for a free 2-week trial, so you could try it risk-free. Let's dive in. In order to get started with this workflow, I need to create a Zap by clicking the button on the left-hand side of the screen. Because I want Google Forms to trigger my Zoom app, I'll need to use Google Forms as my trigger. I can find the app by typing it into the search bar and clicking below. Setting this as the trigger means that anytime a person fills out my selected Google form, it's going to run this workflow. The trigger screen will then pop up. I should click New Form Response as my event and click Continue. The first time we set up Google Forms, we'll need to authenticate it with Zapier. A link will pop up for you to log into your Google account. Don't worry, it's totally safe because Zapier uses industry standards for encryption when connecting with each of your apps. I'll put a link to Zapier's security and trust page in the description as well. Next, we'll need to set up our Trigger Apps data. Click the form you want to use for your Zap. I'm going to click December Meeting Attendance and then click Continue. In order to finish setting up the trigger, we'll need to pull in some example data. To do that, click Test Trigger. You're all set with the first step. Click Continue and we can start creating our action. Type in Zoom into the search bar and select it on the drop-down menu. Next, click Create Meeting Registrant and click Continue. From there, I can select our account and authenticate Zoom with Zapier, just like I did with my Google account. By the way, if at any point you get stuck, Zapier's got an amazing support team that can help you out. There's a link in the description to their forum post for this specific workflow. Click Continue and it's time to assign our Trigger Apps data into the Action Apps field. First, pick the meeting you want your participants to be registered to. I'm going to click Zapier Productivity Meeting. Next, under Email, I'm going to click Respondent Email and then under First Name and Last Name, I'll click Please write your first name and please write your last name, which are questions that were listed in my Google form. Lastly, I'll click True under Confirmation Email to send out confirmation emails to my participants and click Continue. Click Test Action and I should be all set. Yep, there it is. This is ready to turn on. Now, anytime a form is filled out on Google Forms, a new meeting registration will be created for the person who filled out the form. I hope this was a helpful demo. Zapier can do so much more with these two apps and thousands of others. Check Zapier out. There's a free trial. Click the link in the description.